Hello and welcome to this week's Spotlight. My name is Derek and today we are checking out something new from Pulsar. Now when looking at optics like this, you typically need to make a decision. Do you go with thermal or do you go with night vision? Thankfully, Pulsar has dropped this. It's called the Trionyx, and right at the $3,000 mark, it is an optic that does both. And that's real nice because typically when you're, say, hunting, for example, thermal is the best thing to use when trying to locate the animal, and night vision is generally preferred because it can give you more detail on the animal. So when scanning, you could keep it in full thermal mode and then switch over to night vision as soon as you see something, or you can even hybridize the image, fuse them together so that you have night vision with the thermal overlay. Externally, we see it is very similar to the Accolade. It still has the eyepieces that adjust in the same way just by pulling them apart, pushing them together. It's the same sort of size, same kind of weight, even takes the same IPS7 battery, and can also take the IPS14. Where it differs first is up front, where, as the name would suggest, we now have 3 lenses, one for the thermal, the digital night vision, and the IR illuminator. Now, quick note on that last one, it uses an 850 nanometer IR light. Now, 850 is generally preferred for non-military applications because it is more powerful. It's a better illuminator than what the military would use, which is a 940. Why militaries go with the 940 though is because the 850, even though it performs better, it has a bit of a red glow on the emitter when you're using it. So someone could see that with the naked eye, and in the military that's a bit of a no-go. But out here, when hunting, most animals, predators, deer, they don't really react to a very small red glow on something like this. So the 850 on this occasion is a better one to go with. The next small little detail improvement that they did on this is the charging port. The data port, same thing, is now a USB-C. Previous Pulsars of this style did use a micro USB, and they were annoying. You had to make sure that you got them positioned just right and such. The USB-C is faster charging, faster data transfer, and it's easier to work with. Still has the Q20 thread on the bottom of it for use with a tripod, and it still has Wi-Fi so you can stream it to your phone or tablet, and it still has the 16 gigs of built-in memory. That 16 gigs is a pretty good bit of space there for your photos and your videos, but there is no way to expand upon that. 16 is it. Also worth mentioning, the focus knob up here. This is what focuses the night vision. The thermal does not have a focus capability to it, but that's not really a big deal. In the testing that I've done with this, it really doesn't prove itself to be a problem once you're past about 15-20 yards or so. The official spec from Pulsar does indicate a thermal detection range of 1,000 yards and a night vision identification range of 500. I was able to mess with these out to a couple hundred, not quite that far, but I would say that those numbers are going to be pretty accurate. Now, I will say that in fusion mode, where you have the night vision with the thermal on top of it, you can get a phenomenon where the background is almost the same sort of temperature as the animal that you're looking at. And that's mostly true in the summer where the sun's been beaten down on vegetation or asphalt and rocks and that sort of thing. Anything that retains that heat is going to display itself on that image. So one example that I had was when my girlfriend was walking our dog, and on the path that they were on, that was still warm from the sun, but the grass around it had cooled off, so it didn't show a signature on that. So in the winter especially, I'd say is going to be when you get your best performance out of this, just because the background temperature is going to be much lower than the animal's temperature, and thus you'll have a better image. So that will wrap up the Pulsar Trionyx. We also did a video on its big brother, the Accolade Pro LRF2, so definitely check that out in a video here. It's available on our site now with our free red one-day shipping, so definitely take advantage of that. Also, give us a like and subscribe. We have videos coming out every week. Also find us on Facebook and Instagram, and we'll see you next time.